What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Langford. I'm a music producer, recording engineer, and mixer based in Toronto, Canada. Welcome back to Let's Mix Live, where I live stream some mix sessions using Pro Tools from start to finish, warts and all, showing examples of what could be done during modern mix productions. There's 101 different ways to make your music sound great. I'm here not to show you what you should do, but what you could do. So let's get started. We're back with the retro pop tune today. The band is called Saturn Syndicate. The song's called Never Leave the Night Alone. Where do I get these sessions from? There's a website called Cambridge Music Technology. Gemma, how's it going? It's a website called Cambridge Music Technology, and they have a whole bunch of multi-track sessions there for educational purposes. I was using them with some of the classes that I teach. I thought they were fantastic. The students like them. But also, there's a lot of songs on there when I was going through that I want to mess around with. I want to see the tracking. I like to throw a mix together. So here we are. This one made my short list a couple weeks ago, and it got pushed up pretty quickly. Patterson, how's it going? So I was glad to get to it starting last Thursday. Dug in a little bit. Also, if anyone's following along, had a little bit of a hiccup almost exactly at the 2-hour mark of the last stream. And I do have my laptop on off to the side just to make sure YouTube is working properly. And sometimes you have little dropouts and stuff. And I saw that OBS, the streaming platform I use, that kind of dropped out a little bit. And I'm like, okay, it usually comes back. I stream 3-4 times a week. And then I was looking on YouTube, and YouTube's like, oh, the stream's over. So I hopped on, set it back up again. We got the last half hour. It actually ended. The part 1-1 of the stream on Thursday, where it ended was comically perfect because I said something and it stopped and then stopped the stream. So anyways, enough with the chin wagging about that. But in case you're wondering, there is 2 parts to part 1 of this song. So I just kind of did some balancing at the end. Left room to get back working on this today. So we are part 2 on this. Again, Saturn Syndicate, Never Leave the Night Alone. I love this tune. There's so much detail in samples. Yes, I'm feeling it. There's so much detail in samples and synths, the low end and the high frequencies. I love it. So let's get back to it here. As always, a little bit of a disclaimer. If you are listening on headphones or you're listening on your speakers, or be mindful if I'm doing any sweeping around while I'm EQing and stuff. It could be loud. I just don't want any damage to happen, so consider that a warning. Also, as always, if you have, if you're listening to this on a line array system or PA system in your basement, you know who you are. Please be careful with your monitoring levels. I will give you no warning. Where we left off last time. Go turn the intro band down. Where we left off last time, only thing I've done so far, as always, is put the 1 kilohertz test tone in there. So I will test it in 3, 2, 1. Levels look good on my end. I have to calibrate things all the time because of the way I got things rigged through the mixer here, so I can hear, you can hear. It's funny too. Maybe it's just funny to me and probably a few people on audio, but we're talking about monitor sections or like control sections and stuff like that for our setups. And one of the comments was, as I use a Mackie one, the Mackie one with the giant knob on it, and hearing that it adds coloration, it colors the sound. I don't know. I don't notice these things, but I used, for anyone that knows what I'm talking about, I used a 002 for the longest time, running that into the Mackie controlled monitor section here. So I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I always listen on a bunch of different things. And where I'm going with this mini rant about monitor stations or just kind of controls, what's the word I'm looking for? Control sections that color the sound. It's like, well, I'm still listening on a whole bunch of different playback mediums anyway. So I listen on my laptop before I blew the speakers out of it. I have a little USB speaker that I use. I have my NS10s. I have my Rocket 6s, KRK Rocket 6s. So I don't know if it matters that much. Of course, better is better. I'm not arguing that. But the idea that it's going to stop your song from being good because there's some coloration from some of the components in your setup. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think, if anything, finding stuff that you think sounds good, or things that make things sound good to you, but also tell you the things that you want to hear. And not a plug for these headphones, but the Beyerdynamic 990s open back headphones, I like them quite a bit. I picked them up last year just to try them, because I like my Audio-Technica ones quite a bit, and I like them. I like them quite a bit. That being said, it's not the same as actually turning stuff up. I'll stop with the ranting about that and rant on that. So I don't remember where we left off. I have my notes from last time. One of the unfortunate things about my handwriting, because I write really quick, is sometimes after I can't read it. I know it's a prescription for something. Maybe it's more cowbell. I don't know. But it's funny because I can read like a little bit of it, but like on the day, that's the day when my handwriting is the best. After that, I feel like it gets worse. So one thing I did want to do, there was some questions about the vocal in this song. I know I need to listen through, but there was some questions in the chat about whether or not this vocal had any pitch correction on it. So what I wanted to do before we even start, as always, save as, new day, new version. Before we get started here, I'm just going to load Melodyne onto all these tracks and let it run, because I'm going to run it through the song anyways. So just to kind of see what's happening. I love the vocal. I think it's great. There's a couple spots where there might be some little tuning in there, but like it didn't sound like it was like hard tuned. And the way that I've been brought up, it's the idea where you can raise things a letter grade. And I didn't feel like they raised this from like a D to a C or a C to a B. I thought it was a B to A or something, maybe B plus. I thought it was really solid the way the vocal is on here. So should the vocalist of Saturn Syndicate be watching this in the future, or perhaps in the present, I think he did a fantastic job on the vocals in this. So, and if it really was comped and tuned to the point where it's like, wow, this is a huge difference, you know, hats off to the engineer for doing that, because sometimes it's a thankless job. But I think it was actually in the vocal. So I'm going to unmute the vocal. Okay, that's grouped, which is good. So I might turn the vocal down a little bit. But I try to not touch anything when I'm listening through for the first time of the day, if I'm making notes about where we're going to go. So I'll be quiet. This is Never Leave the Night Alone by Saturn Syndicate. Just listen through. It's about 4 minutes. It's our little click track put in. I gotta do some of that intro. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
In my head, where I can put up a fight, carry a thread, or I might get lost and not.
One more thing. I love that snare drum. It's so good.
Follow the curve, hope the walk is steep, that's what
Okay. I feel like radio DJ right now, because this song should fade out. I'll just fade it out manually, because they had a fade out on the actual preview. I just did that. That was real-time fade. We'll bring it back here. So I know what's going on there. For anyone that's wondering, because we have that fade out in the song, I'm busting this a little bit different than I normally would. Usually I just go straight to my main output from my subgroups, straight to my main output, and then I'll just, usually after the last hit, I'll just fade out, because we don't need our compressors probably aren't doing that much at that point after that last hit. And then usually there's symbols, something fading it anyway, so we can just kind of fade it out using the volume fader there. But because we're fading out and the song is still going, the drums most importantly are still going, I've bussed everything to kind of our main bus here, real original, and then that goes to main output. That way we can still keep our I don't really have anything on my 2 bus right now. Oh, that's lots of space. We got to address that. Bus stuff. Okay, we have lots of fun things we can do now. I couldn't remember how far along we actually got last time, although it was the first part, so that got put into 2 parts because Restream or something crapped out. Anyways, so we're going through our main mix bus here, and then we're going to, our main output up here. So we can still have our compressor doing everything, but we can do our fade up here, and we won't affect our compression or anything that's on our main mix bus. That will make more sense as we're going on. It'll probably make a whole lot of sense once we get to the end. I have my notes here. Again, I can read them today because I just made them. Intro filter. I think there's some stuff we can do to kind of get the song going, just to kind of give it some contrast. There's a couple spots where I heard some vocal throws, either delay or reverb. There's definitely a couple spots I heard some reverb throws that might be kind of cool, just to add some depth to it. There's a couple spots where I might add some other claps. Ask forgiveness, not permission sometimes when you're working. Again, this is for fun and educational entertainment purposes. But I'm of the thought, ask for forgiveness instead of permission sometimes, because if you're asked the band, hey, can I throw some stuff in here? They're like, what are you talking about? So just go ahead and do it. If it's cool, great. If not, you can always revert it. But one of the biggest things, I really feel like if you're watching me when the song was going, when we get to that breakdown before the second verse, I feel like we can come into that quicker. That's the producer part of me that's just like, get back to the vocals. Get back to it. There's a couple more throws in there. That second chorus, when we get over here. No, when we get over here. There's something we can do in there to kind of add some tension, because I get it's a drop down or a breakdown or however you want to describe it, but it's like really long, and I feel like there's things we can do, especially with some electronic elements. So there's a couple things I want to try there. That guitar, I'm probably not going to bring it in until we get to the second chunk of the second chorus / beginning of the outro, because I feel like all the attention is on that solo, and then about 3/4 of the way through we can probably start fading out. Once that solo's done, I think we're good. Everything that needed to be said has been said. So yeah, we need to work that solo and make sure it's nice and loud. And yeah, I think that's about it for my notes, which may seem like it's a lot, but kind of I don't know if it is yet, because there's a lot of things we can do with our mix. Like we have nothing on our mix bus right now. We just kind of have like a traffic cop over here, just kind of making sure everyone's behaving themselves. Speaking of which, Katie, how's it going? Oh, Gemma, to answer your question, I'm doing pretty good. Full disclosure, I've been working on tax stuff. I've been in spreadsheets the last couple of days, and shameless plug, I wasn't able to hop on my gaming stream yesterday. I would have felt very guilty. Would have been very, very, very guilty. Guilty Geralt if I had been playing Witcher 3 last night. So yeah, I just worked on that, and I woke up at 5 this morning and got back to it, and then now we're here. And it's funny how energized I got. I went for a quick walk, and I heard this song. I heard that snare drum, which I freaking love. It's so good. And yeah, I'm in the mood. Looking at the tuning here. So we put Melodyne on. I just wanted to see what's happening with it, because I feel it's pretty good. But it's okay. It looks tuned. It looks tuned to me. I'm just going to do one of these. But it's like it's not crazily tuned. I'm just hitting just undo and redo just so we can kind of see some of the notes kind of dancing here. I think they did it, like if they, well, they did tune it. Pretty sure they tuned it. Kay says, I'm okay, could be better. I hope the could be better comes soon, Katie. So it's just strange times. Strange times. Okay, so there's a little bit of tuning here. But like it's not much. Like this is really not too much here. Not enough that I probably would go in and start doing stuff. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to leave this loaded in. So I'm going to hold Control and Command, and I'm going to just make those inactive because I don't want to lose the stuff we've loaded in so far. But I don't feel like I want to be tuning anything right now. I think it's good. We can let that live. Going to, what's next on my list here? Okay. This is the highest risk maneuver. I'm just going to go straight for it because some of the things downstream might get messed up if I don't do this in the early stages here. So when we get to the second verse here, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, second verse. We can do this. We can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. I want to go to the second verse there. And anyone that disagrees with this, that's okay. Oh, also because we're going to mess with this, the tuning on the stuff we loaded into Melodyne doesn't count anymore. I just realized that, but I don't care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of this. So we're going to chop all of that out, all of it, and it's 6 bars. So just a little 2 bars before we go next spot there. Don's here. How's it going, Don? Jem says, good to see you here and catch you on the stream. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I do enjoy streaming. It's fun. Okay, so we have everything here. I'm gonna bring back in. I just brought back in some of the guitars that we got rid of later on. Still want everything to be in time. So what I'm going to do is bring this down. I'm going to duplicate all of these playlists again, and then go back to my original one, which may seem a little bit redundant, but just hang in there. I want this to be that one. Okay, so I'm just making sure this is all the right playlists, because this should all be .c or .cz. Someone's making dinner upstairs. All right, so that is all the tracks here. Again, this is a high risk maneuver, but we're in this together here right now. So, okay, so I want to get rid of these 6 bars here. So I've used the all group. So we're just grabbing everything here, but I'm also going to go up to where the markers are. I'm going to go where the meter is. I'm going to go where minutes. I'm just grabbing everything right here. Reason being, if we had any tempo changes or anything, I want to be able to use shuffle mode so that when we hit delete, it's going to close that gap. I'm trying to make it dramatic. We're going to close that gap there, because if we don't, it's just going to leave a big old gap there and we need a bridge. But we're going to put it in shuffle mode, and then make sure that this is selected up here too. I'm going to hit delete, and this should bring everything closer together. Just like that. Now this edit's not going to be perfect, but just have a listen. See how this feels. Again, if this was a real project with the real band or artist, I would get to like the end of the mix, and then I would probably do this. And then I would send this to them, and I'd wait. I wait for either angry text of like, I'd wait for a happy text immediately, or I'd wait for like to the next day, and they'd be like, there's like a part missing. Our favorite part's missing. Those 6 bars in there where nothing's happening is our favorite part. So I'm going to hit play here. We can just go straight into it. I just want to listen one more time coming into the chorus. Because that's kind of the breakdown part. I don't know. I don't think we need all that stuff in there. How long was that anyways? Just want to go check minutes and seconds. 12 seconds, but it's like 12 seconds of like there wasn't anything really going on in there. In my opinion. Just my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this up. Our guitars. We wanted, see, we didn't grab the right guitars. So we cleaned up some of those guitars. So just give me a second here. I'm just gonna grab the right ones. That should be those. That should be those. This is where I was talking about. It's a high risk maneuver because there's just a lot of things can go sideways. I'm sure someone at home right now is just like, if you knew what you're doing, wouldn't be a high risk maneuver. All right, and that all looks good. And this and that. Okay, I think we're where we wanted to be. This looks righter. Okay, so we have that. There's that. We'll do this one more time here. Oh, farts. Those 6 bars we want to get rid of. Gonna hit save again. Always save. We didn't grab the DI guitars. That's one of those things where it could cause chaos if it's not brought in here. Because like you'll get it done and then the band will be like, oh, we really want to change the guitar tone. Can you just use the DIs? And they're not lined up. There we go. This should be good. So I can bring the test tone back out. And then go to where our guitars that we're not using. Not on the right playlist anyways. You know what? That's a bridge. You can buy that bridge later. Oh my goodness. All right, one more time listening here.
It's always such a silent home.
2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Don's saying, so if they say it's their favorite part, you remove, then what? Then we put that part back in, and I silently judge them because it shouldn't be their favorite part because it's nothing. There's nothing happening. Like, think of your favorite movie and think of like a scene where people just stand around and nothing else actually happens until the next scene. And for someone's like, that's my favorite part. No, it's not. I'm here to inform you it's not your favorite part. It never was. Your emotions lied to you. All right, so we're going to sew some of this up here because we just threw a big old edit on that. So we'll just kind of fade that back in just in case. This looks pretty good. There's a synth here that's doing stuff. I'm going to turn my groups off for a second. Just wondering what this is doing. Now, I'm just curious. Okay. So we're going to go from this part up to 6. No, we're going to do. So we can get rid of all that, I think. Sometimes you just got to finesse it a little bit, because I think that's where that's going to change that chord. I'm just mashing around on the keyboard like usual. I can buy that.
was told how to fly. Freedom can be tricky when you have.
We'll just sew up this keyboard there too.
Left the hive when I was told how to.
Bass synth, what's that doing? Just making sure that none of these transitions got all messed up. Nope. That's still holding the fort down there. You know what I could try to do? I'm looking for something. There we are. Sometimes you just gotta go fishing for this stuff, the good stuff. It's the little things. Now it's my favorite part. Half joking. I'm only saying that because people who know what I'm talking about. When bands will have it's a band thing. It's not an artist thing. It's a band thing, where like some part of the song will be included for political reasons, so everyone kind of has a say. And I have strong feelings about this, about writing songs by committee, and diplomatically. I don't think it's the right thing to do, but I won't get into that. Just don't do it. But like, someone will like want a part of the song so they can do something in it, or it's like they think that the focus is on them, but it's like, no, it's on the vocals or it's on a lead instrument. It's on one of those two things. Bass players and drummers, rhythm sections in general that get it, almost never want the spotlight, because when they're killing it, when they're awesome and they're locked in, people who know they don't need the light on them, because they're holding things together for everyone to do their work on top of that. They're the cake, everyone else is the icing. If you got good cake, you're in there. If you got bad cake, you need a whole lot of icing to distract people. Again with the food analogies, but okay, let's have a listen. See, that little bit in there, changing that bass in there. I think we need this hi-hat going here too now. I'm just curious. I know that it comes back in over there, I can see it. Okay, I think something got messed up with the grid. It's a little too much going on there. There we go. It's funny you put things in grid mode sometimes and you're just like, what happened? Don's asking, sorry, Patterson's new drink is called Mountain Dew Sparkle, and it's that actually sounds pretty good. I do think Mountain Dew is pretty good. Reminds me of the 90s. Don's saying, has anyone sent you the original song to work on yet? Just not for this. I thought about it more, because it's like there's things about working on this stuff kind of out in the open. Where did those go? Working this stuff in the open, or sometimes bands, I don't think it's good for them to be out in the open, but at the same time, okay. So at the same time, like I get it when people have asked about things, but we're missing those 6 bars. This all got shuffled. So that got moved. Again, high risk maneuver. So what we need to do is grab bars here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it in shuffle mode, and then I'm going to duplicate it, and this should push everything over. Or I need to delete it 6 bars. One or the other. One or the other. There we go. There we go. We're all lined up, I think. I think everything's where it should be now. Again, high risk maneuver. Sometimes things getting shuffled around. Don says, I totally understand that. Again, if I can get to a point where people are super comfortable, again, this is educational and entertainment. It's like I like messing around with some of these sessions here, and I've mentioned it a couple times. Like sometimes you get pigeonholed into certain genres, and there's other things you want to mess around with. If you do metal and you want to work on country, or you work on country and you want to do metal. Or you work on pop music and you want to work on some urban stuff, or you want to work on blues stuff and you're used to working on like electro. It's like having access to some of these is pretty fun. So looking at where we are. Okay, I made that edit. I'm gonna listen one more time. Yeah, I can buy that. I can buy that. So let's just have a listen through. I'm going to keep the headphones on for a little bit longer because there's still some things I wanted to listen to at the beginning here. We added that click in. We can probably get rid of half of this intro too. I know I'm just chopping up this song, but like, we've established this. We don't need to do it twice. So let's just get rid of the first. Okay, so we're going to chop that there. Okay, actually what we're going to do, I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to paste it over here. Because there was that hanging note there. I don't think we need that. Oh man, okay, this is opening a can of worms because if I do that, we need to cut the drums now. We're doing surgery now on this. Just give me a second here. I can kind of buy that. There's some things I might do to this intro section here. Okay, we're at a point right now where we send this to the band when making all these different edits and stuff. Again, that extra 4 bars in the beginning, so I'd be like, that's my favorite part. No, it's not. Again, our job as a mixer, it's to create dynamics and to sell the song and to move the listener through it. So... Okay. Yeah, we're doing some surgery now. I don't care anymore. I need a clap sound. Let's see what we have for claps here. There's no tail on these claps. Because these claps are all chopped. I got an idea here. Because I like the snare that's there. I just want to add the claps with it.
Walk a mile, walk till you get.
There's more claps up here. Okay, might be able to grab that and then use a little bit of that clap.
Walk a mile. Walk a mile, walk till you get.
I would normally add other claps in here to have that tail on it. I'm just trying to work with what's in here right now. It's gonna make that tail on that reverb just a little bit longer.
Walk. Walk a mile, walk till you get to the ice. Follow the curve, hope the walk is steep, that's what I need.
Same thing there.
Around it.
I think we can add those, like, I think these claps can be like a thing. I like it. I like those. I think the world needs more of that right now. And we could just have one there. Just like a, not a single clap, but like just a uni clap there. Okay, this is like, if the band ever sees this, they're gonna be like, he just threw claps on everything and called it a day. The claps are awesome. Second only to the awesomeness of the snare. See, that's one of those spots right there where I just don't want to ruin all this. Don's saying, now I like this. What do you mean? Now you like the song? I want to throw these claps all over the place. I'm just trying to pick my spots. And then there's another one here. I just don't want to lose that part. And then this. It's one of those things when you work in production. My lovely wife be like, what did you do today? But like, I moved claps around in the song for 3 hours. What did you do today? And she made like a billboard or something, or worked on like a TV show or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I moved some claps around because it made me feel good. There's this hole there. Just gonna listen through in case we need more claps.
Freedom can be tricky when you haven't got the sea. Oh,
I got an idea here. This could be a moment for everybody. Okay. high risk maneuver again. So we have, this is the 2 bars here of what's going on. I'm going to copy this. No, I'm going to just paste this in behind it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paste this down here for a second. No, that's not going to work. All right, just because, again, there's energy efficient ways of doing things. So I'm going to make these. Okay, just hang with me here for a second. If it doesn't work and sounds stupid, then we never did this. I'm going to reverse those. I'm going to cut those. High risk maneuver. I'm going to delete those tracks. I just needed to borrow those tracks for a second. It's kind of like when someone, like, you know, pulls into their neighbor's driveway for a second. I know I put that on the clipboard. I know that I did. Do this one more time here. Just gonna take that. I probably should have moved it up before I deleted it, but so we're just gonna reverse that. I'm just wondering if we can get. There's ways you can do it with reverb and stuff too to get the tail there. Oh, because one of the claps is stereo. Okay, I got it. All right. Again, I was not joking that I can spend like 3 hours working on clap sounds. Same but different. I try to tell people that. There's some neat things you can do. Oh no.
Freedom can be tricky when you haven't got the sea.
I like it. I can buy it. We can just pull this back just a little bit though. Actually, one of these things we can probably do is put it into grid mode and then just see what the timing actually would be, because it might be too far. It might be the 30-second note. Yeah. I'll try that. It might be a quarter note. Or I guess the 16th note. Well, here's how that sounds. And just keep finessing it, and then. But at this point, the band is just like, what? And their best Hank Hill. What in the? I think I like the original one better. We just kind of like a little bit of a whip there. I might finesse that again later. Patterson's got to go. Sounds good, Patterson. Get that energy out if you're drinking Mountain Dew. I've lost my train of thought with my claps. I got to get back here. All right, so we have. There we are. There's my samples. We were up to here. It can like kind of be wonky, and we'll fix it later. Sometimes we need fresh perspective on it. Okay, and we need those double claps over there. We need some of that action. And we need that drum fill. Actually probably have that twice. We need a cymbal. We need that. I don't like those cymbals. We might replace those. Those symbols, yeah, we gotta change those. Okay, so when we get all the way over here, I think we can sell it. Don says, is that guitar or synth? It's the guitar. There's a rip-roaring guitar solo in the background. If I was born a few years earlier, that's probably all I would have done is learn how to play guitar like that, because it is awesome. Now we're over here. We're like way into this now, so I'm just gonna paste that. I love how Pro Tools you can copy something and it'll be like just off a little bit. I'm just gonna bring in, and we're all clapping all the way out there. Big old clap along. Gonna bring this over too. And same thing, we could probably bring this all the way over. When we bring in other cymbals, other crash cymbals, that's going to sound better, but we'll figure that one out. So we might add some accents or something like that. So we've done a little bit of work on this arrangement. That's not mixing, but if it helps the dynamics and the flow of the song, then I think it is mixing. So
In my head, where I can put up a fight, carry a thread, oh, it's fun.
I am wondering, those 8 bars there, I wonder if they fit over here in that first verse. Don says, so if it's not mixing, it's finessing. This is arrangement stuff. I'm just curious. I'm having fun with this.
Leaving a note for
Okay, so we've chopped off some of the movement on this other synth part. As far as I'm concerned, it's all fair game. Like, I wouldn't go this far. As like we're invested now in some of the stuff going on here. Not to scare anybody, but it's like there's just a couple things I'm thinking about because I really like this tune. I think it's pretty fun. And I love the how the arrangement is put together, if that makes sense, because it's easy to kind of like move things around. So
in my head where I can put up a fight.
okay, I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna try something a bit wonky here. So I'm gonna leave the groups on there. So I just chopped off the movement on this part, and we're just gonna put this on its own track so I can mess with it. I'm gonna consolidate it.
In my head where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread or I might get lost and not get back.
Yeah, I can buy that. I'm just gonna mess around with this still a little bit longer here. And what I want to do, I'm gonna just put a bit of a filter on it.
In my head where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread or I might get lost and not get back.
I wonder that last little bit there. I wonder if I can let that do its thing.
Get back. Get back.
Okay, maybe just that.
Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back.
Okay, I can't because that top bass, unless we mute that and then we make this be the movement.
Lost and not get back.
No, don't like that.
I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note.
Okay, I think I can buy this, and I'm going to sew that up there. Let's consolidate it. Dunce is back, and it's all good. I will be here. Said I'd be 2 hours. I might be 3 hours messing around with this. I'm going to see what I have in the kind of soupiness department here. Some modulation stuff here. What do you want to try? I want some movement, but nothing like too bonkers.
In my head where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread or I might get lost and not get back.
Okay, I think there's something going on here.
In my head where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving.
Okay, so we're like way invested in this now. There's a couple things we can do. I wonder if you have any like automated filtery things. I'm sure Sound Toys has something where you just like put that on and it just does the thing. Nope, I don't have anything that's going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and automate this. So to automate stuff, I can click this button here. And what I want to automate is the low pass frequency. So low pass, that's frequency, and we should see a little bit of, there it is. So now I can automate this. I'll go down here and I'll go to low pass frequency. Now I'm just going to listen. Okay, and then I'm going to go and put this on touch here. And now when I move this around, it'll record what I'm doing, so we can automate this. We can add some movement to it. It's going to get perfect.
In my head.
I have a trackball, and sometimes it gets like dirty. There we go.
In my head, where I can put up a fight, carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back.
All right, that should have been recording all of that. Why didn't it do that? Should have been grabbing all that effort. Don's back. That should be grabbing that. That's the frequency. That's what we want to do. We could also just write it in, but usually if you put it on touch, it should be fine.
In my head.
All right, other thing we can do, because sometimes things just don't go to plan. Why is it not doing that? Oh, low pass. Yep, that's all the stuff we want there. All right, other thing we can do is just go and grab the old pencil tool here. I was trying to make it a little bit more authentic, but just have a listen to this.
In my head, where I can put up a fight.
You know what? That's actually better than what I did.
Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back.
I'm just going to pull this up just a touch. Sometimes the machine's better than you. That's okay. I'm going to add some delay to that, the longer delay.
Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my phone. Walk a mile, walk till you get to the eyes. Follow the curve.
No, just leave it the intro. I know it changes the progression a little bit, but I don't care. Because the thing is that part in the beginning, I was thinking that would be kind of cool downstream as well, where that breakdown is into the second chorus. I just want to go over there. Okay, so same kind of idea. I think I can just grab that and bring it down to this breakdown. Just gotta get the part right here. The same thing. Okay, that all should work. Because I heard kind of like a little underwatery thing going on there. So I think we can pull some of that over. Doesn't it feel like forever ago we were working on the hand claps for like a long time? It's how the days go by so quickly. And I'll go back over here. Actually, you know what? I'll put some fresh automation in here. We'll still keep it on a bar though. We'll just kind of throw that in there. That could be okay.
But I lose my head if I leave with
Since her vocals have great tone, love the beat. I think it's a male vocal, but I don't know. The tone is interesting.
in my head where I can
Okay, so we have
find by me all that life can be. But I lose my head if I leave with empty.
okay. We'll see if we're gonna keep that. Might need to think about it, but I think I like the beginning.
In my head where I can put up a fight, carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get. In my head where I can put up a fight. In my head
I think maybe go back to that.
where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might
Yeah.
get lost and not get back.
I think we can just double that.
Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back.
Sometimes it's right in front of you.
Leaving a note for everyone back at home.
Don't say male sing. It sounds like male vocal to me.
Coming right back once I can burn my phone. Walk a mile, walk till you get to.
Can we just slot that in?
Follow the curve, hope the walk is steep. That's what I need. I confessed. Left the hive when I was told how to fly.
Okay, we're bringing this synth thing all over the place.
Freedom can
That's okay.
be tricky when you haven't got the sea. True enough,
I don't know if we need it there. I got an idea. I'll just consolidate that and then get rid of that. I know I didn't need to do that. We'll just kind of fade that out.
find their way back to you, and there's nothing you can do. It's fine by me, all that life can be. But I lose my
Okay, we gotta do something else there.
if I leave with empty.
Okay, I gotta check the script. Don said, okay, I have to check now. Can check. We add some claps in. There's a couple throw. I haven't done much rebalancing or anything. Again, just kind of I got lost. The land of claps. I'm gonna just go ahead and put start. I'm gonna move this over. I think we can just go ahead and we've moved the beginning of the song. Okay, so that the way the song starts, I think we can actually just fade in. Okay, I might hop out of the headphones for a bit and just kind of mess around with some balancing and just. So I haven't really done any of that. I meant to get a vocal sound, but like I don't mind the vocal sound. Claps. All right, I'm gonna get out of the headphones for a second. I need to just do some balancing because we're like way in the weeds with claps and stuff right now. All right, be right back. Gemma says, gotta go. See you later. Have a good rest of your evening, Gemma. Talk to you later. Be safe.
Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my phone. Walk a mile, walk till you get to the ice. Follow the curve, hope the water
I don't care how loud those claps are right now because they sound awesome.
might get lost and not get back. In my head, where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can. In my head, where I can put up. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head. In my head. In my head, where I can put. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a. In my head, where I can put up a. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put. In my head, where I can put up. In my head, where I can put. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put. In my head, where I can put up. In my head, where I can put up. In my head. In my head, where I can put up. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or in my head, where I can put up a fight. In my head, where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my. In my head, where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my throne. Walk a mile, walk till you get to the eyes. Follow the curve, hope the walk is steep, that's where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my throne. Walk a mile, walk till you get to the eyes. Follow the curve, hope the walk is steep, that's what I need. I confessed, maybe I'm overdressed. Thinking slows me down in a place I thought.
Just catching up on the chat here. Don saying vocals have a soft quality, male or female, beautiful tone. I agree. I think the tone is awesome on it, and the delivery is awesome. And that's one of the things with some of the songs that I'm picking. I want the vocal to be good, because in life, when the vocal's not good and you're trying to mix something, it's that's all I can say. It's the vocals and they're good. It makes life a lot easier. Donald's saying, so this is a German artist. This track is only a month old. I'm surprised it's that new. I know that it is up, because that's where I grabbed some of the artwork for the thumbnail. And I didn't listen to what is up online. I listened to the preview, and that's I'm curious to hear what the actual released version sounds like. But a little bit of detective work. Thanks, Don. All right, back at it. Oh, for anyone just following along, I'll explain some of the things I was doing in a bit. I'm kind of freaked out. I don't have much going on my main kind of two bus here. So I'm just getting some of my usual things on there for saturation, just kind of glue stuff together. But I like a lot of the things that's happening. I know I said I would talk more about it in a bit, but just kind of getting a vocal sound. There's something going on in like the high highs of the vocal that's bugging me, but it might not bug me in a bit. It's just jumping in. So that's when I was trying to fish around at like 10K and up. There was something there, and I ended up just throwing Soothe 2 on it. I like that cymbals, kind of cymbal deharsher thing. It works pretty well. So back at it. Be right back.
In my head, where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note, everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my throne. Walk a mile. In a place I thought I would know my way around. It's fine by me, all that life can be. But I lose my head if I leave with empty hands. You said I would carry less, but the heaviness wasn't in my head. I never leave the night alone. It's always such a silent home. Left the hive when I was told how to fly. Freedom can be tricky when you haven't got the sea. True enough, when the world calls your bluff, all the things you do find their way back to you, and there's nothing you can do. It's fine by me, all that life can be, but I lose my head if I leave with empty hands. You said I would carry less, but perhaps I never leave. When the world calls your bluff, True enough, when the world calls your bluff. True enough, when the world calls your bluff, all the things you do find their way back to you, and there's nothing you can do. It's fine by me, all that life can. True enough, when the world calls your bluff, all the things you do find their way back to you, and there's nothing you can do. It's fine by me, all that. True enough, when the world calls your bluff. When the world calls my head where I can put up a fight. Carry a thread, or I might get lost and not get back. Leaving a note for everyone back at home. I'm doing fine, I'm coming right back once I can burn my throne. Walk a mile, walk to the eyes. I confessed, maybe I'm overdressed. Thinking slows me down. In a place I thought I would know my way around. It's fine by me, all that life can be. But I lose my head if I leave with empty hands. You said I would carry less, but the heaviness wasn't in my head. I never leave the night alone. It's always such a silent home. Fine by me, all that life can be. But I lose my head if I leave with empty hands. You said I would carry less, but the heaviness wasn't in my head. I never leave the night alone.
I can hop back into the headphones. I was just having fun with it being kind of loud over here. One of the things, Daft Punk, I love how like loud their kick drum is sometimes, and so I just putting a lot of juice on the old kick drum there. I know it's gonna sound in the headphones. Not too bad actually. My NS10 speakers, the white passive monitors with not a lot of low end. When you can get them, you know, bumping a little bit, it usually feels pretty good. I'm in a really small room as well, so like it's pretty fun listening to this in here. So things that I've done, did a bit of work with the vocals. I don't remember how much I talked about, but I just added some modulation, a little bit of soupiness on it, because I want that vocal. Don says sounds great. Thank you, Don. I think this is coming along. I just wanted the vocal to, like, as much as the track I think can sound pretty awesome, I wanted that vocal to just own it. So one of my things, it's better every vocal a little bit loud than a little too quiet. So I'm using, I love this thing. Oh, and I just unplugged it by pulling it forward, but I have a little USB speaker that I plug in, and it's just, I can really hear, in my opinion, I can hear the balance of kick, snare, and vocals and stuff. And I need to like climb in behind my desk now. Yeah, I did. I wanted to show everybody, and there's a little 8-inch cable that plugs into the back, and it has fallen in behind, and it's gross back there. Behind everyone's studio desk, either it gets cleaned or it never gets cleaned. And I have cleaned it recently, but it's like to get in behind. Okay, that's my tomorrow now. Anyways, so I use that to kind of get the balance, but I wanted that vocal to, like, the track to be strong instrumentally. And I do think that's important too, even if you're using a lot of, you're using a lot of samples and virtual instruments and stuff. You can just do things what I call same but different. There's just little things you can do to give it movement instrumentally. But I wanted the vocal, once you add that in, to kind of forget some of the stuff that's going on instrumentation wise, but when you mute the vocal, the song leads you through it as well. So I wish we had tambourines. Wish we had shakers in the chorus too. Things that I would probably add and just tuck in if I was doing this for realsies. Somebody, but there's that. As far as the tuba stuff, I had still just using this stock. Again, I have my own preset here. Use this for drums. I just like the compressor from the channel strip. A question in class a couple days ago. It's like, what's the deal with the channel strip? Well, the channel strip. Sorry, I was just reading the message in there. The channel strip, it's just an easy way to add, so you can control, or do not say control, but you can have a dynamics chain and an EQ chain as well. And it's just all kind of in one plugin. I don't think it matters that much anymore when it comes to saving CPU or processing power, but it works pretty good. I like it. I like it on a lot of stuff. So Don's saying, can you please put the deets of that in the chat somewhere, the speaker? Yeah, Yamaha NS10M Studio or NS10M. But they're like, you would know them to see them for most old studios. Yamaha NS10. Or are you talking about the little speaker, the Altec Lansing speaker that's waterproof, that's also Bluetooth, that I picked up a few years ago? Actually, it was on Dead Set Tour. Picked that up. So we had some stuff where like we needed a speaker for things, and took some of my per diem money and I bought myself a speaker. And it's been pretty handy. It's good to the cottage. It's good for traveling because it's small enough you can pack it. So what else we do here? I like this tape machine thing. It's a Waves thing. I like the Abbey Roads thing. Just that setting seems to work for me. But I was messing around with the wow. Wow is the basically speeding up of the machine. So sometimes machines, when they're not calibrated perfectly, which is all machines basically, it'll speed up and slow down as it's spinning. And when it does that, when it speeds up, it will pitch up, and when it slows down, it'll pitch down, because those are dependent on each other. Speed and pitch and time are dependent. Don says, is that the one you just unplugged by mistake? No, the one I just unplugged by mistake is the Altec Lansing. I can't even remember what it's called. Everyone's gonna be like, you need glasses. I don't need glasses. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like this. I picked it up in the States at Walmart. It was on sale. That's my weakness. When I kind of want something or need something, if something's on sale, I'll take it. Back with this tape machine here. So that's what WoW does. It just kind of, can add pitchiness, whether it's speeding up or slowing down. But I wanted a little bit of that with how this song sounds. And then Flutter is volume changes. Sometimes a little bit of volume change that happens there as well. If I turn the noise down, turn the saturation down, I can always add that back in for taste. But I like what this does. Just add a little bit of, not say pitchiness, but just ever so gently. I think it can add quite a bit to tracks. So, because again, what's one of those things too, in my opinion, with a lot of virtual instruments and samples and stuff like that, they sound very perfect, and to just add a little bit of variation to it, I think can sound pretty good. So there's that. I just kind of did a little bit of EQ across the two mix. It's minor on my end, but I just wanted a little bit more low end. And I don't know if it does anything, because I probably don't hear it on the NS10s, but I think the low end tightens up when I use that high pass filter super aggressively, even at 40 Hertz. I felt it tighten up over here, so I was like, let's do it. A little bit of a bump there. That's two decibels up there is a little bit different. Don says, sorry, so which is the Yamaha NS10 you're using that now? Those are my main speakers. If you Google those, they're very widely used passive monitors, and they're kind of known because they have that white cone on them. Yeah, you see them all the time. They're bookshelf speakers. They don't sound great, but when you can get them sounding good, it usually translates a lot of other places. That being said, one of the questions in class, because students ask me, what speakers are good? What should I get? And in my opinion, whatever sounds good to you. Easy cliche answer, but active monitors that have power amps built into them these days, the fidelity of those are way better than the NS10s. So I would say start there if you have one set of monitors, but I've done so much rock stuff and I kind of learned on NS10s. So to me, they just sound right. But I would, if I was starting right now, I wouldn't get a pair of passive monitors. I would go for active set of monitors. And again, between KRK, Yamaha, Adams, just trying to, I don't want to, no one's sponsoring this as of yet. No, it's educational. But the idea, like, just go and use your ears and like find your favorite songs, like bring your 3 favorite songs and listen on speakers. And when that song jumps out in a new way, those are the speakers you should go home with. And hopefully, if it's your first set of monitors, hopefully it's in that, I would say, $400 to $1,000 mark. And hopefully you don't fall in love with something that's like $3,500 or $5,000, something like that. Because it is painful when you hear awesome speakers and you're like, I want these. And then you look at the price and you're like, does anyone need a kidney or something? For a good price. So I've done that. Throw center on there as well. Center just kind of leaves a little bit of space in the middle, and I check the correlation meter and just widen the mix a little bit. That's my setting. I don't know how I got there, but if you want it, that's what I use. What else did I do? I didn't do much. Like, I don't feel like I've done that much to this song, because like this, I usually have way more EQ and just stuff all over the place. But I messed around with the room sound. So I did a bit of a back bus thing for the drums, just to kind of crunch them up a little bit. I don't know if it's doing anything, but it was doing something for me, so I went with it. And then I just made like a room sound, and I wasn't liking it when it kind of came back in. So I went back to lustrous plates and was using that. I think it was sounding pretty good. I'm seeing a note here. It says do something with this. What is that? I'm just gonna listen to what that is. Oh, those are those shots. Okay, we left ourselves a note to do something with that. So what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be really original. I'm gonna just go and it's like super stereo. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna draw that in. This is some real mixing secrets here. We're like, what did you do to those shots in there? Well, I went in and timed it to the song. I just threw some automation on it. Okay, we could probably put something with way more sauce on it than that. What do we have? What do we have in the old wiggle department here? Maybe this. Don says, I actually have an older surround sound set speakers I use in my old computer. Was wondering if I use them with the newer stuff. Can I message you about that? Yeah, if you're curious. I'm sure there's a way you can plug that stuff in. Pro Tools. Oh. Okay, that's not wiggly enough. What time is it? It is 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm good for like another 20 minutes, and then. Now we spent a lot of time messing around with claps today, but it was worth it. I think that's. I don't want it to be. I want it to be kind of slow. That's kind of weird. I think I like that. It's going to bring over that delay. Now I don't like it. Okay, maybe we should put. There's got to be something else here. It's one of those things. The band be behind you right now. I'm just like, what's he gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. But I want to do something, so I'm just messing around with it. It's just Pro Tools. Maybe that. I think that's it. That might be it. That might be the thing. Okay, I still have automation on the other side there. I was wondering what was going on. It was trying to get my attention. Just gotta turn that off. There we go. It's big plan. There we go. I'm gonna hop back out for a second because I want to throw a couple other things on here and I don't trust my headphones. I think that was one of those giant M1 crashes we just saw there. It happens occasionally, but it's funny how often that happens on the show because I can work for days and then we'll have these big crashes. So it's just restarting, I'm sure, in the background here. Just give me a second. That's why we have autosave as well. John just said, whoa, we just blasted the computer right into a boot cycle. Your computer has restarted because of a problem. I'm going to have like a super cut of all this stuff soon, of all the crashes here. Just give me a second. All right. Last crash was at, last backup was at 9:02. Well, that's good. I have it set every 5 minutes. Don was saying, I'm just going to ask if you lost everything. That's why we save often, and that's why we do full backups for things. But I don't know. I keep praising these M1 Mac Minis, and it's like just when we're doing this, it likes to crash. I don't understand why it picks this time to do it. But maybe it's a hint that I should be shutting this down soon. Just give me a second here. Get this back up and running. It just runs like a champ. And then it just gets a little bit grumpy. Usually my issue is too many hard drives hooked up. So I usually have 3 or 4 hard drives hooked up. So I try to not do that. Especially one of my 4 terabyte hard drives, one of my main backup drives. It gets really grumpy when that one's on there sometimes. But come on, Pro Tools. The upside is I don't do this, like I don't do online stuff in class these days. We do stuff in class. So usually I'm fighting with projector speakers not working or projectors not working or a problem with the projector. But overall, this machine's super solid except for this. But then again, I technically do have 2 computers hooked up right now because I have my streaming computer running all of this stuff on OBS. And then I have my actual M1, which is my main studio computer. Maybe it's my old 2009 Mac Pro Tower eyeballing it down. Eyeballing the M1 Mac Mini. It's just loading up. It's like it rolled an ankle or something. There we go. And it's going to ask me to save the session here, and I will go ahead and do that. I'm actually gonna just hit that. Okay, I think we're back. Man, that was a good crash. It doesn't just blue screen, it green screened itself. So, all right, we're back. Don says eyeball on that map. You never know. Don't assume computers are just like not like don't have computer envy. I don't know what this thing does, but it just does awesome stuff. Lost a little bit of my low end. Don says, I could listen to this song all day. Great choice. I like it a lot too. I like 80s stuff. If you haven't, again, if you know the show Archer and you're into that style of comedy and humor for cartoons, there's a show called Moonbeam City, and I love it because I like Archer a lot, and that show, and it's 80s and it's new wave and it's neon, and I love it. And when I heard this song, I thought of that. I was like, that's the zone I want to be in for a little bit. So, oh, where are we at? I lost my groove a little bit with that crash. That was a big crash. So this is, when I'm done kind of prepping things, I usually say reference, and today's 21st March 21, and then we'll just make that version 1. We'll do that. I think intro filter. We messed around with the intro. There's some throws I want to do still. There's some throws I want to do. There's some reverb throws I want to do on the snare a couple places. We messed around with the claps. We edited out 6 bars. Kitty Afton's here joining us on YouTube. How's it going? We did a bit of a swell we messed around a little bit in that second chorus breakdown. There's still things I'd like to do. Guitar solo, I brought that up, and I used Sooth 2 on that as well, just to kind of tame some of the harshness that's there. The guitars are pretty harsh. So there's that. And then the fade out half. Maybe we do that right now. We can just maybe finish out with that. Because again, the way that I had this, Don says, I wish I could stay out around. Sounds good. Have an awesome night, Don. Be safe. Again, we did all our main mix bus processing on our main bus aux there. That way, when we do our fade out, we're not going to affect our compressors or anything. So just a quick idea of where we're at. Because I wanted to fade out like almost when we're done the solo. Because I feel like the rest of the song after that, we don't, the journey's over. We've reached our destination. We're ordering drinks and appetizers at that point. Like this is where we're done. So we'll mess around with that a bit more. I'm not feeling that fade. I need to be in the zone. Need to be in the zone for that fade. But overall, like I'm liking this quite a bit. I'm liking where we're sitting right now. I'm just gonna do one more of these. So that feels good. Yeah, as always. We'll listen here. Not as always. Like I just started doing this a few weeks ago. So there is no as always yet. Some of the things too, when you make some changes to songs, arrangement-wise especially, there's a term we refer to as demoitis, where you're just used to hearing it a certain way, and that's the way that it goes. So like some of the arrangement stuff that I messed around with, if the artist or band heard it, they might be like freaked out, like, oh, what'd you do? My favorite parts are all gone and made my least favorite parts longer now, even though I didn't do that at all. But sometimes you just have to live with it for a little bit and see if you like it. And my main reason for chopping out those 6 bars after the tag, after the first chorus, is nothing was happening, because we already have kind of a come down period from after that chorus here when you go into this tag part. So you already had like 8 bars there, or 4 bars. No, probably 8 bars. Yeah, 8 bars plus another 8 bars. So we didn't need that. So I just added L1 on there just to get the levels up a little bit, and Gulfos. Whatever it does, whatever magic happens in the background. Patterson's back. Back from his Mountain Dew adventure. So there's definitely a few more things I want to mess around with next time. Like that 2 bars, all you need, 2 bars. Not 8. Not even 4. This synth, we can do something with this. And we need to get new crashes. Crashes are not good. They're bad. They make me. Yeah. That snare drum is out of control. I love that guitar solo. Like I need to learn how to do that. That part of the guitar solo. And that's where we would fade that out. We would fade that part out just like this. It's like super loud, so it's still coming through. It's still going through my monitors because it's so loud. But yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that overall. All right. Well, as always. I keep saying that, as always. I do fresh backups, full backups for things. So where is this? Back in our little fancy temp backup over here. So I don't have my main backup drive on here. Yeah, hit save. Start backing that up. Because you never know when you're going to have possibly the crash. The end all crashes, which we saw a pretty good one today. We saw a green screen today. Usually what I see with the M1 Mac Mini, when it crashes like that, it turns like purple for a second, like the screen will go purple for a second, and then will instantly start booting back up. So not today. Today we saw a green screen, which was definitely different. So, oh man, that got my heart rate up. Told my lovely wife I would be like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it's 2.5 hours, and then it'd be 3 hours really quickly. So might be a dance party upstairs while she's making something to eat. We're at that point in a relationship where we can just have different meals for dinner, because I sometimes miss the entire evening. Even though we're in the same house, I'll sometimes miss the entire evening. Well, thanks for joining me tonight on this. I'm looking forward to Thursday morning already. Once again, here on Let's Mix Live, here 7 p.m. on Mondays Eastern Standard Time, and we're here at 12 p.m. Thursdays Eastern Standard Time. So I think just some throws on the Thursday for the vocals, just a couple odds and ends, and fresh perspective too, fresh ears on the arrangement changes. If you like the changes, let me know down below in the comments on YouTube. If you don't like them, also let me know that I took something good and I made it worse, because sometimes that's what happens when we're not mixing and thinking we're fixing something. Katie says, have a great night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much, Katie. Patrick says, Mike's nice as heck in here. I have windows open, ceiling fan on. That sounds fantastic. It was a beautiful day here in Toronto as well. Well, the first half was beautiful. The second half was pretty gray, but it was still nice out. It was still warm. So, all right. Should probably quit my... I don't even know the word for it right now. I just keep yapping. But anyways, it's been Let's Mix Live, where we live stream some Pro Tools mix sessions, start to finish, warts and all. Again, showing you what you could do, not what you should do. My name is Mike Langford. I'm a producer, engineer, and mixer based in Toronto. I will see everybody back here on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if you're watching the replay, you'll see the next video when YouTube fires it out to you. Remember to like and subscribe to help support the channel. And if you're a band or artist and you're looking for advice on what to do or how to start mixes, maybe you could start here. Hop into the chat, live chat. Might be able to ask some questions. I might be able to give you some answers. So have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you Thursday. Oh, thanks again for Saturn Syndicate. And again, the song, Never Leave the Night Alone. I love this track. It has been released, but I shall not listen to it until I'm kind of done over here, because I don't want it to influence me. So, all right, that's my time for tonight. Talk to you later.